Good Wednesday morning to you all. We have another Watchmen update here. Reports come from you guys from all over. We have Watchmen just now receiving their Christmas cards, and I have a story for you as well of things just getting lost in the mail and then popping up months later. The U.S. Postal Service is clearly very broken. Unemployed broke gender studies graduates are deciding to crash the U.S. economy coming up. Not buying stuff for one day. So we'll tell you when, and that way you can go shopping on that day to just counteract what little they are doing. We now know why Domino's Pizza has no chicken in their stores. An employee gives us the inside scoop. We got several million more egg-laying hens put down. We'll let you know where we are for the month to let you feel how bad the situation is going to be going forward. Suddenly, thrift stores across the United States suddenly have men's clothing once again, as if it was all going to some visitors from outside the country, and suddenly it's available again. And we got Mexico's strategy of doing absolutely nothing with the bird flu seems to be working a lot better than the United States' science, trademarked of course, the science strategy in the United States. We got that and a whole lot more. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over. Please do keep sending them in. Make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment to get them to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. You've heard about them a lot. Most of you have heard about them quite a few times. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to them. I'll post their phone number down in the pinned comment down below. If you want to just ask them a quick question about what it looks like for your IRA, your 401k to be transferred over into gold or silver or platinum coins or bars or whatever you want to do, go ahead and give them a call. But do make sure you mention this channel in case you do move forward with them, because they do waive the setup fee for this audience only. All right, there'll be a link at the end of the video as well, but that's down the pinned comment down below. All right, let's start off here. This is a big one here. 3.1 million egg-laying hens were culled in Ohio. This brings the February total up to 12.5 million birds, egg-laying hens culled here in February. The population of egg-laying hens in the United States is down to a 9-year low. So if you're wondering why the egg prices are crazy and availability is crazy and why you're getting limits on how many eggs you can purchase in the store, that's kind of why. We, just in February alone, we put down 3.5% of all the egg-laying hens in the U.S. It takes a while to replace those hens, and we're having more and more issues getting those egg-laying hen chicks to the place where they need to be. Plus, these places that have emptied out of egg-laying hens, they're not able to just reopen like that. Some of these are saying that it's going to take them 2 years to become operational again. Is that going to continue to impact egg prices out there? You had better believe it will. In fact, my prediction is that egg prices are going to continue upwards. Given these numbers, it looks like we're going to still trend upwards. We're going to reach a point where it's going to kind of peak. It may kind of stay up there for a bit, may come down a little bit and hold at a higher level. But we haven't peaked just yet when it comes to price. So this is still probably a good idea to continue stocking up on eggs. Killer Smurfy says the government email has been dispatched. And the lack of responses from employees, so basically 1 million federal employees apparently responded, the rest did not. But talking about that email, the lack of responses from employees can be attributed to the established chain of command. When a supervisor instructs the team not to respond, they comply. While it may seem trivial from my perspective, I have friends who emphasize that disseminating such information isn't straightforward. I believe Elon should request that the managers and leaders of various government departments provide him with an updated overview of their operations. Now, that would be incredibly time consuming. Given the millions of federal employees that there are, the idea of trying to interview all of the teams or all the managers would be difficult. What their strategy seems to be is send out the mass email, get all the responses or get a lot of responses, and then feed those responses into AI to look for problem areas. And then if those million plus people have responded and those areas seem healthy, they can then focus in on the more obscure areas. They can go after areas where nobody, departments where nobody responded and go, why didn't anybody in this department respond? And if they go in there and they find out, well, the manager told them not to, well, they can ask the manager, well, who told you to tell them not to do that? And you may see them start going after managers who are actively thwarting the process. Now, there's whole sections of the U.S. government that have been exempted from this. The Department of Defense is one of them. They deal with classified information. Their training schedules, all that kind of stuff is classified. They should not be sharing that information. And they were told by their superiors not to share that stuff. People in the State Department, a lot of the stuff that they work on is classified. They've been told not to respond to this either. But if you're in the Department of Education, you should respond to that. If you're in the Department of Transportation, you should respond to that. If you're working on office processes and team meetings, you should probably respond to that. Moving on here, it's a tool. Remember that. It's a tool for them to help see where they should be looking at more. Steve says, update in Seattle. I work for Domino's Pizza. There was a chicken recall, so that's why we don't have chicken at some of these stores that you guys mentioned. It's because they have a big recall of chicken out there in their network, which is big news in and of itself. Unpredictable Tony says, Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Eggs are now $33 for 60 eggs. $8 to $10 a dozen for organic eggs. Lisa said, my oldest is planning on boycotting a bunch of businesses. I'm going to go shopping at the same businesses that so I can counteract their actions. February 28th is the day, friends, that they're going to crash the U.S. economy by not buying stuff. Okay. Places that they're protesting, no purchases, no online shopping. No Walmart, no Amazon, Best Buy, and McDonald's. And any fast food, other fast food places, no gas stations. They're just going to not buy gas on February 28th. As if they're not going to buy gas on March 1st, as if they're not going to buy it on February 27th. Seriously, this is like, if you're going to boycott things for one day, that's really kind of a joke. It's a funny joke, so more power to them. Good luck with that. So the rest, this person, Lisa continues on, no using credit cards or debit cards unless essential. They have been posting this online, so the rest of us need to do as much as we can to counteract this. They're trying to crash the economy. They're trying, but it's not going to work. And the simple reason is they're just going to buy whatever they're going to buy on the 27th or on the 1st of March. They're just moving their spending just a little bit. It's not like they're buying different things or going after one company. You can't go after this many companies with a boycott as if it's going to do anything, especially if you're doing it for one day. I'm glad we're on the side that actually knows how to actually protest and knows how to actually get things done, because that's just silly. But if you want to go shopping on the 28th, just to help make a point, go for it. Occupy says, alert from Arizona. I live in northern Arizona and travel to Phoenix to shop at Costco about every 10 weeks. Last time I went, there was no turkey breakfast sausages. We eat them every day, and so I keep a stock of them. I tried again yesterday and got the last 4 boxes, so I was thankful. The chicken breasts were down to only 5 packages, and they looked so bad that I left without getting any chicken. Definitely different out there now. Let me know if you guys are seeing similar things. Chicken A bunch of you guys are reporting that chicken seems to be getting more scarce. Sausages, let me know if you're seeing that out there too. Turkey sausages particularly. But I appreciate all of your updates coming in. It helps us stay informed and to stay ahead of what's happening out there. Dr. Rose says, Friday, February 21st, I received a Christmas card from my niece in New Hampshire. It took from December 10th until last Friday to get to Mississippi from New Hampshire. And just a personal anecdote here too. I had some people on the team last year, so I had to send out some 1099s. I sent out a 1099 on January 15th, and the person got it February 22nd. Now, that's over a month. And they're one town over. They're like right, they're just down the street. It was easier to mail it than it was to just hand deliver it. I could have hand delivered it easily. But somehow it took over a month to go a 10 to 15 minute drive at most. Anyone want to tell me that the Postal Service is doing a great job? I'm not saying that the people at the post office aren't doing a great job. Individuals are doing a fantastic job, but the system of the post office is broken inside the United States. And everybody who's honest knows it. Diane says people need to weigh their packages at the grocery store on the weight scales. Meat and produce are sold by the pound, so if they're not correct, we are being charged for food we're not getting. A woman in my upper Michigan grocery store saw me buying a bunch of produce and told me to weigh everything. She said people have no idea how much they are being cheated. It's true. And that doesn't even get into the whole idea of like a lot of these packs. They put the meat in the pack and it's got that moisture absorbing polymer underneath of it. And if you take the package and throw it onto the scale, all that moisture that's absorbed into that pad underneath is being counted as the weight in a lot of these cases. Julie says, Woodman's in northern Illinois posted a warning last week about the upcoming egg shortages due to bird flu. This week, the shelves are practically empty, and they we're almost out of pasture-raised eggs as well. And there's a limit of 1 dozen per customer. Now remember, friends, if you take your kids with you, you can make the case that you have as many customers as there are kids. If you need to, you can always hand them a little bit of cash, hand them the eggs if you trust them to not drop them, and you can go ahead and buy more eggs than just the one for you if you have kids along with you. A lot of folks have already done that before. You can also go out of the store and you can come back in, get another dozen eggs, and go through the line again. It's silly, but in times like these, you need to do what you can. The simple fact is that these stores that a lot of them are taking a loss on these eggs because they don't want to hear it from the customers. So they're losing money on these eggs. That's why they're putting a limit on them. They're putting a limit on them because they don't have enough eggs to go around, and they don't want empty shelves, and they also don't want too many eggs going out the door when they're losing money on every egg that goes out. Rowan says, last night my husband picked up my long-acting insulin. Walgreens had only 1 pen syringe, and my monthly supply is 5 syringes or pens. The pharmacist did not know when they would have the remainder of the order, but did not count on getting more this month. He called around and found one pharmacy nearby that had enough to fill the order. The next option was to drive an hour north to Nashville to pick them up. This is the first time the shortage has affected me. Let me know if anyone else is having issues with long-term insulin, long-acting insulin. Let me know if you guys are seeing shortages out there or having problems getting it. If you desperately need it, might want to call ahead to make sure that your pharmacy is well stocked on that. We'll give you any updates if a bunch of other people are saying they're seeing problems too. This is just one of those examples of a great thing that we do as a community, is help watch out for each other, especially when it comes to life-saving medications like this. Garden Gnome says, update, for the last 3 to 4 years in Western New York, there have been few men's jeans, pants, and shirts at our local Salvation Army store. In the last few weeks, that trend suddenly reversed. There are full racks of men's clothes. We have a theory that the donated clothes have been going to New York City and elsewhere for the others, or the visitors from other places. And that has just ended. Has anyone else noticed a sudden increase in men's clothing at the charity-run thrift stores? And of course, just good time to remind you that Goodwill is not a charity. It pretends to be a charity, but it's not a charity. When you look at how much the board members get paid, you'll see that the purpose of the charity is really just to spend money on to pay big salaries for the people at the top. Ray says, good morning, Steve. I was happy being a volunteer board member for my HOA in North Carolina. We were told we needed to now file the FinCEN paperwork, the BOI report, or face fines, which is kind of intrusive information, especially for volunteers. I resigned my voluntary position on the HOA board. You get all the good people leaving the HOAs. Who's going to still be on the board? Not the good people. That's who's going to be on the board, and that's all the more troubling. Freddie says, update, X has a video showing no bird flu in Mexico. Plenty of eggs in the stores at $2 a dozen. Yeah, just south of the border, $2 a dozen. Other countries are not seeing these egg issues, and there's this thing about birds. They migrate. And so if we're having all these issues in the United States and yet they're not having any issues down in Mexico, it certainly makes you wonder, doesn't it? That maybe we'd be better off doing what Mexico is doing and do nothing. Plenty of eggs in stores at $2 a dozen down there. Is it possible? Just asking. If so, is there some kind of invisible barrier at the border that lets people in and keeps bird flu from traveling south? Excellent question out there, and thank you so much for all of your reports, everyone. We appreciate all those, and the audience here, this community really benefits from them. All right, friends, if you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, you can click on the link right there, or down in the pinned comment down below, their website as well as their phone number is down there. Make sure you mention this channel if you do talk to someone over there and decide to move forward with things so you get the setup fee waived. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.